We can dance if you want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.
Kill it with fire!
Hello, people. Sorry we're late. I blame my mic. I really do. Fuck my mic.
Don't do that. We're gonna get banned off of Twitch and Twitter if you. Well, Twitch at least. Twitter has its own thing. We'll get banned off of Twitch if you start doing something like that.
We might also get banned off of YouTube and TikTok as well. That sounds like OnlyFans type of shit.
Well, I mean, if you want to start one of those, just let me know, and I'm sure I can find something that we can do.
Oh, look
I
at
want
the
to point out that
handsome man.
that Melody is. I was going to say, Project Melody is still very popular. Just saying.
Look at the pretty handsome man on the screen. Isn't he handsome?
Just wave away that conversation. It's fine.
Do you expect anything different from me?
Sometimes, possibly.
Sometimes. Here, let's unmute the little hand. Ah, loud.
Right now, feel I'm dying and I'm lying with times when
Meow.
Huh?
Did he just meow?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. That
Why did he meow?
because it's a sound on my stream. Yes, I have a sound where
I'm starting to think you may have a crush on this person.
No, the first one that comes up, I do. Him. That starts singing right here. I do. His name is Hunjin, and he is messaging in Bubble, so I might be ignoring a lot of you.
with times when you walk in the room, freezing but you see me. Catch my breath when you time you make a move.
Can you be a part of my life? Girl, I need you right by my side. When I look at your eyes, I'm out of breath. Honestly, how could it be like this? It feels like I'm thirsty, even if I taste your lips.
I'm ready to sacrifice me.
Now, there is a reason I'm starting us off with some Stray Kids, some good, handsome men singing and stuff like that. And there's more Stray Kids throughout this. There is a reason. You might want the nice, lovely little bingo cards because some of these TikToks are very cringy.
Brutal?
Oh God,
you're
yes.
doing this just to you're doing this just to make me rage, aren't you?
So most of these are actually sent in from our viewers, so talk to them. Not me.
Wait, we have viewers. When did this happen? I thought we were just talking in private. Why do we have viewers suddenly?
I don't know. Apparently people think we're entertaining? I don't know. Don't blame me. And
No,
yeah, I'm
Psycho,
here.
I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you.
Hi, Ishtar. Hey, Ishtar, you're another reason why I put Felix's voice in here. I think you like his voice. All right, ready for the cringe?
So I am. Before we do this, I am obligated, because if I don't, I know Ishtar's going to bring it up. My birthday is next week.
Oh God, that's right. Our birthdays are around the same time.
Believe it or not, my birthday is next Friday.
And mine is next Saturday.
So I'm thinking of putting something up on Twitter that just says "Give me things," and maybe people will do it.
I was gonna put on our streams, nice, lovely little birthday streamers coming down. and title it birthday stream.
Oh, that could be fun.
Oh, you reminded me stuff. Twitch wants me to tell you guys that if you do subs between give me a second, let me pull up the stupid email. Doobie doobie doo. Email. Ignore bubble. Between July 30th to August 12th? No, August 19th. If you make any subs to anyone at any tier, you get 3 months of Apple TV for free. Which means if you have Apple TV and you were to sub to me at one tier, you would get 3 months free of Apple TV just for subbing for a month. But unfortunately, the free subscriptions you guys get with Amazon Prime does not count for this deal. I'm not going to push you for it. I'm a Samsung girly. I love my Korean. Korea's my country. I got to support my country. I'm not a big Apple fan. But if you have Apple, I'm not going to judge.
I don't have Apple TV. Who has Apple TV? You don't need Apple TV.
I don't know. Apparently people do. But
All right. So
I do. I do will say that if you do subscribe to my channel, maybe using your Amazon Prime, which you do get one free subscription for Twitch with Amazon Prime, or you do it yourself, you don't have to deal with the stupid ads that pops up. So that's a benefit.
Or you just be good little boys and girls and you deal with the ads.
There's that too. But that's up to you. I'm just doing what Twitch told me to do. Now Twitch can't yell at me for not doing it. Alright.
That's fair. All right, what are you going to what are we doing? What are we doing today? You haven't you've been a little cagey about what you want to share. Now, last week you said you wanted to share some red pill stuff and we never got to it.
No, I decided not to because I kind of hit a hornet nest and I wanted to get as far away from it as humanly possible. And like I said, a lot of these are from viewers, so your guess is about as good as mine. I do know that there is some cringe.
Well, of course there's cringe. I have a subscriber. I still think he's hanging around. I haven't seen him in chat or anything in a while. His name is Ben C. Ben C's entire existence is to make my life miserable. I love him to death, but he made me read Lena Dunham's book. I don't know if anybody remembers who that vapid cunt of a woman is, but her book was just as entertaining.
Alright, on to the cringe. Move,
So the
Felix.
customer states that she thinks there's a tracker on her vehicle because everywhere she goes, there's an unidentified tile following her in her car. We looked inside under her interior with borescope for a few different hours today, and then ultimately finally put it on a rack when we had one available. And inside here is a tile tracker wrapped in duct tape. So if you feel like someone might be creeping on you and stalking you, maybe see if your local shop can take a look. Hopefully they won't think you're crazy, but it does actually happen. So
That's terrifying.
So what is it?
A tile, which is it's like an Apple AirTag. You track people or things with it. People are using them to track cars, and a lot of times it's very creepy human traffickers or exes or current people that spouses that people fucking hate. But this is a tile that this lady found following her on Life 360, which I like to say Life 360 is more like Stitch 360.
All right. Well, people are horrible. I think I think we can close that out for the day. People are horrible. We're all done.
Yeah, and I do think that who sent this to us is just wanting to spread awareness to the rest of the community, which I get that, and it's terrifying. Very, very terrifying. I met the most ridiculous MGTOW follower, and my brain is maxed out on stupid. I'm sorry.
MGTOW.
Me
It
and
should. MGTOW should die. It should. It should be dying. But the new red pillars are.
so here's a question: which is worse,
I miss the old MGTOW.
red pill, MGTOW, nice guys, or incels?
What's the worst? Red pill. So now, to be fair, red pill encompasses all three of the others. So okay, I don't know if you know this. Incel is an actual movement now because men are dumb. Like they've made it an ideology.
Oh my god.
I don't know why. Why would you make being an involuntary? So I'm sure your chat knows this. If they don't, incel means involuntarily celibate. It means that women find you so repulsive that they don't want anything to do with you. And you have decided, oh, I'm going to take that and make an entire ideology behind it. Sure, that's going to win people over. And then, of course, nice guys, we've talked about them. Nice guys believe that if you put enough nice guy tokens into the girl that they like, that sex will come out of her pull slot. And then, of course, MGTOW was going crazy. They still have some influencers out there, like Sandman, but MGTOW has pretty much disappeared. They have either converted to incels, they have gone full bore pickup artist, or they have made the transition to red pill. And I think they should all fade away. That's the nicest way I can put that.
Fair. On to the next video.
If you disagree with someone publicly, they can shoot back. Publicly. If you have a public...
I know this person. We're friends on TikTok. Whoever sent this, I love you.
Glitch XT? Or
No, the person doing the video who's talking. This is Desmond. I don't know why
Okay, so
Desmond's channel's name's not popping up on here. Usually they do.
it may be in the white spot in the lower right-hand corner. So it says the caption, the quote is, "I care. I'd rather not be posted without consent." Okay.
public profile and publicly decide to disagree with me. That is on you and that is fine. First Amendment, right to expression. But you being a minor doesn't mean I can't disagree with you publicly. I feel people have like a misunderstanding that if you're gay or a minor or black or a minority or a woman or even a man, that you somehow now are protected. And you have like this special bubble around you. People are not allowed to publicly disagree with you or put you on blast on the internet. That is not how it works. Now, if I were to do something like leak somebody's full name or address, that's not okay. But if you like disagree with me, if I say neopronouns are ridiculous and make the LGBTQ community look bad, and you're like, excuse me, is it hurting anyone? Oh, homie, I could shoot back easy. I could put you on blast easy. And maybe next time, before coming into my comment section and telling me your opinion in my space, you'll remind yourself there may be consequences. If you disagree with someone,
I like him.
I love Desmond. He is, well, they are amazing. I love Desmond.
I mean, well-reasoned argument. There are there are those people on Twitter too saying you can't. What are you doing? Get out of here! It's like you posted this publicly. What the hell did you think you were doing?
Right? I love Desmond. They are amazing. A lot of their arguments is very aligned with what we talk about, Antwon. You would absolutely love them.
Well, if I had a TikTok, I would possibly follow them, but I still haven't pulled the trigger on that yet.
Next!
How many girls do you know actually have hobbies?
Why do I have a feeling I'm gonna get. Oh, a girl stitches this. Never mind. I'm not gonna get as mad.
Oh dear God. I have tons of hobbies. Do you want to hear my daily routine? I wake up, I grab my phone, and I see if he's texted me. Then I put on lip gloss. Then I go downstairs to make breakfast. I grab a single piece of lettuce, I sniff it, and then I put it back. Yum. Then I come upstairs and I change from my nighttime lingerie into my daytime lingerie. Then I brush my hair, 50 times on each side, but sometimes I have to restart because I lose count. Numbers are hard, but I can always FaceTime my guy friends and they help me count because I'm a dumb fucking woman. Then I go to the mall, but I put on makeup first because there might be boys there. Then I come home, I paint my nails, and I gossip with my girlfriends. And after a long, hard day of being a woman, I go on YouTube and I search podcasts of average-looking 30-year-old white men with patchy facial hair talking shit about women. Because they're always so good.
How many?
Give that woman a standing ovation.
Oh, that was epic.
Thank you. I don't know who that was, but everyone, if you have a TikTok, go follow her.
Oh,
That was.
I'll post the
Thank you
TikTok
very
in our
much.
Discords.
That was.
That was epic.
Now, to answer this idiot's question, how many girls do you know who have hobbies? Every single one of them. Do you want to know what I've met? I've met a man who I talked to on the last stream that I did by myself, who said he didn't have hobbies because he was a really boring person. I had to pull it out of him that he played video games. I have met more people on Twitter. I'm sorry, not more people. Forgive me. I've met more men on Twitter who look at and say video games aren't hobbies. I'm sorry. What is it then? Because it's not a toy anymore. It's not something that's just for kids. It's not. Is it a time waster? Wow, that's a description of a hobby. A time wasting topic or subject or whatever. A time wasting noun that you enjoy. That's a hobby. These fucking see that I hate this argument about. Myron makes it all the time. Women don't have hobbies. They're stupid. They don't learn anything. It's like, I'm sorry, there's not a single woman that I have met on the face of this planet that did not have a hobby.
Ishtar, are you still in chat? Only reason I ask is one, I haven't seen her in a while. And two, me and her conversations are mostly of our hobbies. A lot of times, that's what we talk about. We have a lot of similar hobbies. And that's what we talk about. I mean, Antwon could probably name half of my hobbies since we've been talking for, 3 years now?
Yeah, but has it been 3 years?
I think so. I know I did the math the other day. I believe it's been 3 years. Yeah, it's been 3 years.
Well, I know one of your major hobbies is drooling over K-pop stars. So I guess it kind of goes to what she was saying about taking off her nighttime lingerie to put on her daytime lingerie.
Have you seen Stray Kids?
I'm not saying they're not attractive. I'm just saying that you spend most of your time drooling over them.
I also
That's
play
not...
Sims.
Okay, so you spend most of your time killing little personalized versions of people by taking the latter out of the pool and drooling over K-pop stars. I mean, if as far as hobbies go, those are two good ones, I guess.
I also am an artist. Granted, I do also sell my art. So that could be possibly a job. Or a hobby I get paid for.
I mean, that's a thing. My hobbies include building Legos because Legos are awesome. Streaming, doing YouTube videos, which I need to actually do one soon. I will, I promise. I'm working on doing things that are not important otherwise, like writing a book that I'm trying to eventually get published. Nope, not writing a book at all. No, not doing that.
Yeah, I gotta publish one book and I need to finish writing another. I need to also re-record a video and post that.
So I want to get into doing like book talk things, and I keep going, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna pre-record some TikToks for reading like the prologue or the first few pages of the first chapter, get people interested doing it, and then I just like, you know what? I have other things that I want to do, and TikTok is not one of them. So eventually, I keep saying that, I may do TikTok. Possibly.
Ready?
Yes.
Now just turn your head sideways and you can see how it works. There's a
Oh my
variety of these
God.
things. They're called emoticons and lots of internets use them.
So we don't talk about these anymore.
Nope.
Because, listen, my grandfather got into some weird things when he was first created, like DOS and doing things that with images. He got a little racy, so people started wanting to do some other things. But he got better with my father, who created emojis, and then those have kind of gone crazy.
Next!
Why not wrong person, wrong time? Well, it's because the wrong person doesn't exist, and neither does the time. It's just an excuse that we make up to replace the truth that we don't want to see. That you aren't ready for love, even if it's me. Why not?
Well, that was deep.
That was deep in stoners gathering around a bonfire trying to decide which s'more they like better. Deep. Not necessarily, oh my god, that's the deepest thing I've ever heard about a relationship. Look, I'm not, oh my god. So that is someone who has been rejected a lot and is trying to make sure he doesn't go insane.
Sane in the memory. Next!
Oh man, Kesha just tweeted that a giant asteroid is headed towards Earth. Hey, why did Katy Perry just remove California Girls from Spotify? Oh, you didn't hear? California floated away.
Aliens just landed on Earth.
How'd you find that out?
Oh, Pete Davidson just posted he was dating one of them.
Oh wow, the Jonas Brothers just released a remix of It's Burning Up.
Oh, why?
The entire Amazon is on fire.
Timothy Chalamet just posted a selfie of him getting bit by a zombie.
By what?
Yeah, I guess the zombie apocalypse just started or something. Do you want to go get coffee?
Yeah. Did you know Mars just knocked the moon out of orbit?
How did you find that out?
Well, you know that song, I Came in Like a Wrecking Ball?
Yeah.
Well, someone just reposted the video, but Miley Cyrus is swinging in on Mars. Oh man.
I hate the fact that how true this is.
It's not wrong.
It's so fucking true. A lot of the times this is how I get my news. That or a talking fish.
What?
Yeah, there's a talking fish on TikTok that all he does is recite the news.
Talking fish.
A talking fish. If I find him, I'll send him your way.
A talk.
Uh-huh.
Is this like the old singing fish, or is it just
No, it's like the news anchor from SpongeBob.
journalism is dead? Social media has killed it. Social media has killed many things in its infancy. The growing pains happened, and we are now into the middle life of social media, and it has decided to end journalism.
Oh. Next!
Name one thing that would make life easier. If we could mark people as spam.
Yes!
Yes, please. Please. Please, can we mark people as spam?
Yes,
It would and you don't have to talk to them because it automatically goes to their voice goes to a folder on, you know, a different an app or something. Look, everybody who drives, it's an analogy, and it's one that I had when I was younger. Everybody who drives, you have seen bad drivers. One of the things I thought of is, you know, there should be people hired by the state to drive around with a paintball gun. And anytime they see them doing a certain type of infraction, their car gets hit with a paintball that is filled with paint that you have to go to, like, automotive type paint repair jobs to get off. And then I realized that humans are stupid and would just use it to paintball everything.
Yeah.
It was a good idea, but like that's kind of how I feel about having people being able to mark as spam. You just look at them and go, "No, I don't want to listen to you ever again. You can go away. I see your mouth moving. I'm sure you are saying something wonderfully entertaining and wonderfully ignorant, but I don't have to hear it because you are in my spam folder. I would use this for certain people at work."
Yeah. Next!
Raise your hand if you're sick and tired of.
This is another. I'm sick and tired of living through news, making news stuff.
No, it's all right. It's only 17 seconds.
But it's so true, though. I'm so sick of living in the things that's gonna be in a friggin' textbook, and I'm done. Seriously, I'm sick of it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, we had like this one says is Biden no longer running for president. We also had an eruption out of Yellowstone that happens every 15 to 20 years, which is just basically one of the geysers going bleh.
Well, the thing with the eruption is, I think it was more the eruption happened at the exact same time that someone else, and the exact same time another geyser on the exact opposite side of the planet went off.
And also, Texas had an earthquake. I'm done. Can we? This season of Earth, I'm done. Can we just get some filler episodes in now?
I would like some filler episodes, but I'm also one of the type of people who love the fan service episodes. Can we get more of that?
Yes. In other news, water's wet.
So what I think is funny is, okay, the image that is used at the top of this TikTok that's Biden is actually a short video that someone used AI to have Biden basically say, "All of you people didn't want me to run anymore. You're all assholes." Like it has Biden cussing, and at the end of it, it says, "Fuck you, bitches," or something like that, and it's actually pretty funny.
Oh. Well, this got awkward.
I did marry a fan service episode. So listen, Ishtar dyes. So I'm an anime fan, and there are certain animes that I've watched. I haven't watched anime in a while, but there's some that I want to like catch up on. But one of my favorites is High School DxD.
I love that one.
And my waifu, which I do have, is Rias Grimmery. Because I love her to death. She is very classy, and she just has a way of she has poise, right? She carries herself very well, and she has tremendous talent in what she does. So Ishtar found out that I have a weakness for redheads. So she has continually dyed her hair that red. And she uses it, and she knows she does, to get what she wants. Ishtar knows she's spoiled because of things like that. So, yeah, she's. I'm married. I'm married fan service. It is not like Superman's weakness to kryptonite. I can say no to you, woman.
So when I meet you guys in person, I must wear a wig. Got it. Next!
I just did a face reveal. Well,
Talk about anime.
All right, hold on. To be fair, Ishtar, that's like $70 bottle of perfume is normal. So you got free stuff. So I have seen this VTuber before.
So have I. I like his ears.
Are those ears or is it a bow? Are those ears?
Those are ears.
Oh. Alright, hit play. Let's see what he has to say.
sort of. Recently, in the past few months, I've been sharing more and more of what I look like, and most people love it, but some people hate it. Not because I'm ugly, I hope. It's because the people that hate it don't believe that VTubers should ever do face reveals because it ruins their immersion. But you know what I think, dude? I don't give a single Thing is, I've always been an advocate for helping the VTuber audience understand that behind our cute-ass anime models is a real human being, because too many times I've seen VTubers treated as if they're 100% fictional characters. That shit is dehumanizing. I think this behavior is more common in Asia because of idol culture, but VTubers are real people, believe it or not. We just like our privacy. So me showing more of myself is just an attempt to make more people understand, hey, at the end of the day, I'm just the guy that likes to use an anime avatar.
That's fair. No, I like that. That's good. That's very true. So one of the things and why, and you would agree with this, Miss sociology degree. One of the reasons why social media is so bad is because there are no consequences. Like being banned is not necessarily a consequence. What I mean by no consequences is you don't have to look at that person in the face and feel bad when you hurt their feelings. Because you don't see them, they don't actually register as a person to you. So when I first started doing YouTube, I used just a static image. And I had people who decided that because they couldn't see me, that either I was extremely hot because of the voice, or I was just absolutely hideous, and that's the reason I won't show my face. Me personally, I think I'm absolutely hideous, and I think it's just the voice. But there are other people out there who say, no, you're a pretty decent looking man. So it's kind of I agree that there are not enough people who actually realize that there are human beings behind these things. It's great to have immersion. We play up the cyber demon thing and stuff like that, but people have to know that it's you have to be able to understand there are humans there. Yes?
I swear, the only reason we're friends is you're a cyber demon. I can't suck your blood.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily blood, and you can't pierce my skin anyway, so it works.
Next!
I hired a man to mow the yard and he haven't touched the grass.
What?
What?
No, don't start from the beginning.
I think the image says everything. I hired a man to mow the lawn and haven't touched the grass yet. I should have known better when his price was $5.25. Homeboy looks high. He looks like he needs to be on an M1 hold.
I've seen. Okay. Everyone has seen a video of a man with a bucket in the middle of a flood tossing water over a chain link fence.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are just people who don't think. Now, what is he doing is the question.
I don't know.
Yet. I should have known better when his price was $5.25.
Mowing the driveway. He is mowing the driveway.
That's a new one.
M1 hold. The crack is real. Next.
Oh yeah, he definitely is on something.
If somebody steals my food, I am stabbing them.
It's a relationship thing.
Stabby.
Ella de clase alta para decir verdad. Montada en un Mercedes, automático 2 puertas. Yo rodando en una trate, con un pie adentro, otro afuera. Ella en la...
You order one thing and you what? Stabby.
He does need to kind of put his foot down. I will admit that.
Next.
Never fucking apologize for being yourself. If people don't like how you act, how you look, how you speak, that just means those aren't your fucking people. Don't change who you are to match your surroundings. Pick better fucking surroundings and be yourself. Never.
That is angry good advice.
Yeah.
That was very angry, but it was good advice.
He probably could have said it a bit nicer. Yes. But if people if people can't, like, what's the saying? If you can't accept me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Yeah.
Well, if your worst is absolutely god awful, then no one deserves you at your best because it's still god awful. But I think what he's talking about is like quirks. Ishtar has a lot of quirks. I have a lot of quirks. You have quirks. If the people around you can't handle those quirks, then they don't deserve to be your friends. So it's, I agree with him in a very, very angry, we hired someone from prison to sit you down as a class in an assembly to talk angry at you kind of way.
Hey, Psycho. Who's Dark Banshee? I don't know no Dark Banshee. There's a Deaf Banshee here. Who's Dark Banshee? Next!
저요? 왜요? 아, 네. 혹시 이거 힐리엄 뽑아도 돼요?
I see what's going on. Felix wanted to steal the helium in the balloon, and he couldn't. Next one.
아, 네네. 영복 씨 맛있어요?
네, 맛있습니다.
글로벌 리스너에게 인사 한마디씩 할까요?
Hi everyone, it's nice to meet you. We're so happy that you're here with us today, and we hope you had fun today. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah.
See, she does this and then she drools. It's a thing.
But that was funny. Anybody
Well,
with helium is hilarious. Thank you, whoever said that. Because that is not a Felix I put in here.
Alright, what's the next one you got?
South Korea has launched a K-pop attack after the North's most recent trash balloon strike. In their latest retaliation against Kim Jong-un, huge South Korean loudspeakers were deployed along the border, blasting BTS mega hits like Butter and Dynamite.
Okay, I have a question. All of the members besides Jimin is currently dealing with their military service. What the fuck do you do when your music is coming over the loudspeakers? Do you just act like you know nothing, or do you sit there and dance with it?
I would, if it was me, personally, break out the camera and start a dance number. That's just my thought.
I still say South Korea's retaliation to North Korea in the trash and blasting K-pop and worldwide news is fucking amazing.
So what trash attack?
North Korea was sending balloons full of trash over to South Korea, and it was landing all over South Korea.
Rude.
Some of it was like used diapers, literal poo that wasn't in anything.
That's awful.
I agree. And unsanitary.
That's just
gross.
Yes.
Ew.
I know it's not polite to say things like what I'm about to say.
Children, cover your ears. Actually, children should not be straight watching this. Go away, kids.
Can't we just firebomb North Korea? There's nothing good that comes out of North Korea.
I think China and Russia's kind of protecting it.
That's fine. We just make Russia our bitch again. China will fall in line, and then we get rid of North Korea.
South Korea should be an island.
Yeah, don't clip anything I said. I just don't like North Korea.
Who does? Honestly.
North Koreans don't even like North Korea.
Actually, this music and news thing has caused a lot of people to defunk to South Korea, which is, I find, even more amusing. And why should we be threatened by an army that we can literally defeat with a Big Mac?
A stiff breeze?
All we need to do is give them a Big Mac and they defunk. They lose their army. Their army becomes our army.
Well, that's because people are starving and you give them food to feed the tapeworms that they all have. You know how the statistic is like 1 in 4 people have a tapeworm?
Yeah.
That's because they took into consideration the population of North Korea compared to everyone else, and it ended up being 1 in 4.
Damn.
Next! How are you doing this week? Living the dream. I mean, that's great. Are you being honest?
I'm sus.
Yeah, I'm really living the dream. Okay, I'm happy for you. It seems like we finally made some... That dream just happens to be a nightmare.
I mean it. Where's the lie?
This is the reality for many people.
Oh, my pause game. That face.
America Ball Z. With the fall of Joku, there was no one left to oppose Grab Her by the Vegeta in the final of the presidential tournament. Just as all hope seemed lost for the Demekians, a new fighter rises to the occasion, Kamehameha Harris. Will she be able to defeat the Republican force? Find out now on America Ball Z.
Circled back to the comment on journalism.
Journalism has been killed by. To be fair, what he did was actually pretty damn funny. But yeah, journalism has been killed by social media. Kamehameha. Oh my god.
Grab her by the vagina. Oh my god, that's epic. Next.
Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance are the 5 stages of waking up.
That's not wrong, especially in Ishtar's. Look, Ishtar doesn't like getting up at all. Ever.
Hey Ishtar, I think we found our morning theme TikTok.
I swear, my wife is one of the only people I know who I've ever met who can sleep literally for 12 hours, wake up and take a nap 3 hours later, wake up and then go to bed 4 hours after that.
I could do that. My favorite hobby is sleep.
It's listen.
I agree. Being an adult is tiring.
It's not fair. Ishtar can fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Anywhere.
Same.
Anywhere. It's not fair.
Next.
Thanks for the advice. I can't wait to ignore it and do the exact opposite.
Oh my god. That's my friend James. So, okay, when I was growing up, for some reason, I became one of the de facto adults of my friend group. Whether it's because I was working instead of playing around, or I was always in a long-term relationship, whatever the reason. It's carried over into my world now. I'm now one of those people in the friend group that is like, oh, that's the adult. So my friends would come to me for advice all the time, and I would give them advice. And it got to a point which is surprisingly how I got the opinions that I have to do the videos I do. And they would do the exact opposite of what I said, and then come back to me and be like, it didn't work. I said, you didn't change anything, you dumb fuck. So it came to be a point where they would ask me for advice, and I'd be like, listen, hold on. Before I say anything, I have something for you. They what? And I said, I reserve the right to tell you I told you so at a later date. Well, I don't want your advice then. Then don't ask.
Right?
Because I'm going to tell you what you need to do to change whatever it is that is wrong with what's going on. And you're not going to do it because you're comfortable in your misery. And then you're going to ignore me.
People tend to, and this is because of my psychology degree, I know this. People have a tendency of asking for advice because they're actually wanting you to validate their things and echo chamber, blah, 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 blah.
I don't do that. If you ask me for advice, I'm going to tell you. I will even, if I think my advice is going to hurt your feelings, I'll even ask you flat out, do you want me to sugarcoat it, or do you want what I really want to say? Most of the time, I have actually gotten answers to that is, please sugarcoat it. So I have to be nice. I see what you two are talking about in the chat.
Do you?
Yes. I am not salty about not being able to fall asleep at the drop of a hat. I just don't like that she can do it anywhere.
Next.
Here is your hot towel. How was your meal?
It was delightful.
Amazing. If you need anything, please let me know.
Excuse me?
What? What do you want, huh?
I just wanted a towel.
You want a towel? Here's a towel.
Sir.
Yes,
Sir. Headphones. Put them on my head. Thank you. Excuse me?
What? What do you want?
I wanted some headphones.
You want some headphones? You don't even have a TV.
I was using my phone.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Give me $20.
What?
Give me $20.
Sir. Sir.
Yes, sir.
This is so true.
Okay, all right. I have to talk about this. So, for those people who have been in the know, Ishtar and I went to Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
Barbados is a long way away.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided that since it's such a long flight, we were going to upgrade our seats to business class, which is the version of first class for the airline we took. I'm never flying another way again. It will be business class or first class, regardless. So we did what normal people do. It was a long enough flight that we were going to actually get a meal. So we pre-planned our meals and everything like that for, we sent them in on the website. So what we did is we went and got something to eat first in the airport, and then we bought snacks because they were going to give us peanuts or the bag of pretzels, and then we were going to get our meal. No. Not only were Ishtar and I absolutely fucking stuffed by the end of this, they walked up. We did get those towels. They're very hot. It's so you can wipe your hands and wash your hands and your face. They cool off very quickly, and they're lemon scented. So there's that. And then they brought us heated mixed nuts. Heated in an actual ceramic bowl. So we didn't touch our snacks. After that, then they come and they bring you your meal. It is a full meal. It is a side. It is drink. Oh, and it doesn't matter how many times you ask for a drink, they will refill it. Like when you're in the regular one, they just give you like one and you're like fighting for your own. No, if I asked for whatever drink, I asked for a refill, I got it, they gave us other drinks. But it was a full 3-course meal, plus a side salad, and then you got dessert. Actual fucking dessert. And they were the nicest people, which is really funny because we sat in that seat where the curtain separates us from the normies. And it's funny because up front, everything is very roomy, very relaxed. In the back, everyone's crowded together. Never flying a different way again. Ever.
Next.
What was that?
When your cat wants to fight, but is confined into a tent.
They put their cat in a tent outside?
Yep, that's the cat.
I
wanna watch that
let
again.
the cat free.
I want to watch it again.
It's like a giant hamster ball.
That's what I was thinking. At least you'll find the cat.
Unless it decides it wants to get out. And then the invasive species will find itself free.
Next.
And this is why we don't have gophers as pets.
Well, in the States, they're actually illegal because they carry the flea that carries the bubonic plague. But you can have them as pets in Asia.
Have you ever seen a mole?
Yeah.
Like in real life, have you ever seen a mole up close? I never have.
They're tiny and
Until
adorable.
until about we have a mole in our backyard. So we have a garden. Things are growing in the garden. We have a grapevine. We're getting grapes this year. We also have the smallest corn stalks I've ever seen in my life that are still producing something, but that's a discussion for another time. So we came home from work, and it was trash day, so the garbage cans were out on the curb. And we pull in, and Ishtar says, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "See what?" She said, "Something ran under one of the garbage cans." I'm like, "Well, great. This is the start of a horror movie because I have to go get the garbage cans and take them into the garage." So I moved the recyclables. I moved
Where this is going?
I moved the recyclables, and I don't see anything. I'm like, "What did you see?" I thought moles were these big fucking like possum-looking things.
Nope,
I
they're
barely
tiny.
saw it. It looked like a rock, but it was right underneath it. And it's this little tiny thing, and it ran into this patch of grass, and it went to hide. So I moved the garbage cans into the garage. I called Ishtar over, and she looked at it and went, "Oh," and I went, "Yeah, it's really tiny." And she goes, "Where is it?" And I went, "It's right there." And it's just hiding in this little patch of grass. And she looks at me, and I see the look on her face because it's driving her crazy what it's doing to the backyard. I see the look on her face, and I said, "I'm not stepping on it. You're going to have to do that on your own." And she goes, "I was going to ask you to do that, but now that I'm seeing it, I can't." Thank you, Ishtar, for sparing the mole because it looked cute.
They're adorable.
It is a menace. I
menace.
wasn't going to step on it, but it's a menace. It's not even just our backyard. It's going after our neighbors too.
Well, put it in a cup and take it to another field.
It's just that that's the reason many pests live. They're
It
cute.
is.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
look at this one. This is a groundhog, and I have them all over, and he's adorable.
To be fair, that's why kids are alive.
You're not wrong. Next.
You won't love what you do if your workplace is toxic.
There's a part.
There's more. No, you have to play this. We have to. No, there's a part 2. You have to play this.
Don't call her, ruin her vacation. Hey, I just met
I
you.
need HR, not
This
this
is crazy.
HR.
Don't ask my number. Respect my boundaries. No matter your gender, religion, or race. Talking about discrimination. Work, 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 work. Those supplies from work, 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 work.
Dude, look at the dude with the earpod.
Look, his attitude towards this is an entire ass mood because he is doing whatever he can to not pay attention to them.
Yes. I like him. We're gonna move.
He is no. There's more. No, there's more. There's only 20 more seconds.
Work, work, work. Don't still supply some work, 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 work. Tell me why you got another complaint. Oh my, we're sorry, but we have to say the door is that way.
This can't be a real HR meeting. It can't be. All right. I predict that we're gonna, if we don't know who these people are, because the sign in the back says HR is not cool and it's scratched out. I have a feeling that these 2 men are actual HR people, but this is like a whole talent show thing. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's an actual HR meeting because there is not a chance in hell that anybody would let them get away with this.
Next. Oh my.
Oh no, that was expensive.
Okay, before we finish, let's make bets. What's going to happen next?
Screaming? Angry bride noises.
You're supposed to take
Absolute disbelief is also on the table. And Grandma gives no fuck. She's just gonna drink.
Oh my god.
She's like, well, that happened. Gonna drink my problems away anyway.
Next.
This is your friendly reminder. If you're eating anything that's covered in spicy oils or full of capsaicin, please make sure to thoroughly brush your teeth before you get a mouthful of your favorite snack.
It burns!
This is your friend. All right. So I feel like I'm calling Ishtar out a lot today, which is fine.
Oh, look, Americano.
Ishtar does not like spicy things.
I love spicy foods.
I have weaned her onto jalapenos to the point. I've weaned her to the point where she can handle spice, and she's actually asked for jalapenos in her food. So this is.
Next.
No! Wait, no, you started this. You need to finish it. It's less time than the last one.
It's official. Our viewers like to see me be tortured more than you.
Protocols. Please stick to the handbooks and the training you're used to.
It's okay. Look, all right. I don't know what dance coach they thought they had, but that person quit a long time ago. I don't know what kind of move that was, but Jesus, no.
There's more. There's another person. There's another. Oh God.
Yeah, you got to go back.
I'm scared. There's a third person.
Please stick to the.
Look, I don't know what that dance move was, but he needs to retire it.
You know the saying, white people can't dance?
I beg your pardon?
They're making that stigma seem true.
It's not that white people can't dance, it's just most white people have no rhythm.
They're not helping the case.
No, they're not. Alright, hit play.
Training you're used to. I see you stealing pen and paper, think you won't get caught, but I will report you. File a claim, you got a laceration, file workers' compensation, you should file a claim. Please log out before you go. Protect sensitive company info. These are places not to pat. My neck, my back, these are...
Why is he patting the other HR guy?
It's their no-no place.
No, don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Yes.
Guys, all
All right.
right. That's enough from HR. Now on to finance. Money. Don't go.
Who did this? Own it up in chat. Who did this?
All right. Oh, please, for the love of God, make this a real company. Because they are putting their all into this meeting. No one wants it. I don't know how much of whatever it is they're putting all of in, but they are using it all.
Please be Stray Kids next. Please be Stray Kids next.
Sasuke Uchiha.
Okay.
Sasuke Uchiwa.
Uchiwa?
Uchiwa?
宇智波佐助。
Uchiha Sasuke.
Naruto Uzumaki.
Naruto Uzumaki. 漩涡鸣人。
Is that it? That's so short. Okay. Uzumaki Naruto.
Kakashi Hatake.
So it's comparing 4 languages.
On how they say their names, yeah.
Languages are different and fascinating and interesting.
I also like how the top 2 are pretty similar, but China is like, look, we don't like those names because they're Japanese. We're just going to make whatever the fuck up and say it that way.
Yeah.
And Japan is like, look, you heathens, you're saying them backwards.
Next.
We've got upcoming albums on the way, so yeah, please look forward to that as well. And
you now have a cat. Congratulations.
And Han from Stray Kids.
That's how cats are distributed. They just kind of choose you. If they don't choose you, that's not your cat.
He definitely has his claws dug into Han.
I know how that feels. Ask Ishtar, because Lily still doesn't know how to not use her claws. My legs look like they were attacked by mosquitoes.
The way Han said, "Oh, I'm sorry," to the kitten because it meowed at him. It was kind of cute. Next. Wait, K-dramas are real?
I mean, they feel they're making someone's fantasy a reality right now.
K-dramas are real. Whoever sent this, I absolutely love you. You are now my new best friend. You have outdone Antwon. You're now better than Antwon. K-dramas are real. K-dramas are real. And that's the last one.
I guess it's my turn finally.
I do have one up.
Well, why don't give me just a second. Shouldn't take me too long to find one.
Oh no, Antwon disappeared.
Why did you make me disappear? What did I ever do to you?
Antwon's back.
So I have nice girl wants to be respected but doesn't know how to speak respectfully. Well, that's pretty much everybody.
Okay, let's see. What did we get on the bingo? We haven't got Antwon lectured yet. We haven't had an ADHD spiral yet. Nobody said it. Just hear me out. I don't think anybody did play stupid games or win stupid prizes. No validation posts. Calling out at a family event. I guess that could be counted for grandma.
I don't think grandma counts for that one. No one really called her out. They just kind of accepted that it was bad.
I mean, fair. Would that also go under wedding gone wrong?
That I would say is wedding gone wrong because that champagne fountain was expensive.
I don't think OP needs therapy, but I do think This vampire needs therapy after seeing HR.
I really hope that's a real HR thing. You have no idea how much I want it to be real. I want them to. I want them to understand that they put their whole heart in that, and it was awful, but still.
Alright, so I have a very long Reddit post.
How long is very long?
Very.
That doesn't. Very has varying, descriptions.
Well, the poster put it as XXL long.
What time are we planning to end this?
Well, we did start late.
Yes.
So that's up to you.
King Trump for the win.
The headline is my grandma wants to take our apartment after my dad passing.
I'm not gonna like her.
Grandma or OP?
Probably grandma.
If you don't want to do this one, we could put it aside for next week.
Let's put it aside for next week.
Okay. I will throw it in our Discord.
Alright, so I have a nice guy one. It's got a few images, so we'll go with that. And then I can really quickly do the other. Alright, so this is nice guys. It is, these demons have been in me the whole time. I protected you from them.
What?
This is going to be some edgelord cringe.
What are you meowing about, Gizmo? Gizmo says hi, everybody.
Hello, Gizmo.
So, my animal says hi. We'll mark that on the thingy. There it is. Okay, let's go.
All right. Remember who had to call... This is from... The name that they have given this person in their phone is RIP Fuckface. Remember who... And this is RIP. Remember who had to calm you down after your basic retail job and tell you to eat and drink and do laundry? That was yesterday. Monday. You can't handle the mental load of a retail job, let alone pleasing yourself for change. This is the response. Like, do you ever care about me at my retail job or just gonna make me cry all day when I'm here? Response from RIP Fuckface. Like, I already know it's hard because of how you see the world. Like, fuck you, cry about the most basic retail job. Imagine being so mentally and emotionally weak working retail is stress. LMAO, not something as there hasn't been a response yet. LMAO, not something as simple as retail. WTF, you even stressed about. You can't even work a retail job without crying.
Has this person ever worked retail?
There's more.
I want to fight him.
I've been in retail. It's awful. People are garbage.
They are. And violent. Very violent. Ugh.
So the response is, then stop talking, okay? Okay. Response. Like, just the cutest little idiot ever. Who's a cute little dumb cum slut? You are. Yes, you are. Who's a good little cum rag? Yes, you are, good girl. Your mental illness is a joke. So it really wasn't me. I was kinda you. Ha 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 ha. You went to quote unquote bed early for like 2 weeks. I'd wait till you quote unquote fell asleep, then drove over to my new fuck buddy's house every night. She had no problem keeping me rock hard, just like I had no problems making her come. Ha ha ha. This is all the same post. This is ridiculous.
I have so many questions, so many concerns, and I don't want answers to any of it.
He responds, ha ha ha, nah, kiddo. She responds, LMAO, you do too. He says, these demons have been in me the whole time. I protected you from them. She says, you're a twisted fucking sicko. He says, call me. See if it goes through. She says, exactly. You're a sicko. Manipulation. He says, you don't have an iPad. You keep me unblocked because you still want me to do this for you. There's a whole conversation that both of them are having, and neither of them are listening to each other.
Are they
She said,
one-way conversations? Like,
no, I mean, they may be, but they're going back and forth in this one. She responds, hey, guess what? You're gaslighting me. He said, LOL, kind of, yes. She responds, majorly. His response is cut off, but what I can see is into it, and suddenly you're the victim and crying and abused. She said, oh wait, they won't. He says, do you really lack and sense of self? And I think he means, do you really lack a sense of self-reflection? She said, I have way too much tolerance for bullshit. He said, you're like a science experiment now. He said, that's kind of sick to do to someone. This is just him. Says, you know, I straight pity you, right? For being such a weak and fragile, but equally aggressively angry and narcissistic. Such a deep and serious lack of understanding for how the real world works is kind of sad. This is a schizo post without actually being one person. I don't know if it's a Canadian thing or just a you thing, but holy shit, you are entitled, eh? This is him again. Learn to speak to people. Now, she's not posting what she said to him, so this is kind of skewed, but this is the last one of the post. Learn to speak to people, especially if you want something from me. Lies, 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 lies.
I'm words. Words? They don't exist.
I'm actually kind of confused by that one.
I'm very confuzzled.
All right, let's see if this is a better one. I'm worth so much better than you. I'm so nice to everyone. This is the title. I'm so nice to everyone. We had, in giving a little context, we had a school project to do together, and this is the first conversation we've ever had online. So, nice guy says, hey. Poster says, yeah, Isha, I'm confused too. Don't worry. I think this one's a little better. Op says, hey, glad you remembered my tag. What part of the project do you think I should handle? I'm pretty good at graphic design and art. I feel like I would do best with the designs of the pictures, graphs, front cover, etc. What about you? Nice guy. Okay, do you send? Oh, excuse me? Nice guy. Send, please. You're such a pretty woman. I would love to wife you. I think he's asking for nudes. Ah, here we go. Op. Whoa.
Go. That's not the wrong way. It's the wrong way. No, you can't go that way.
I heard that. So Op says, whoa, 1, I'm 15 and you're 17. 2, I'm actually a trans man, so no wife here. Nice guy. Who cares about age? It's just a number.
Ishtar says use different voices.
Use different
Be a voice actor. You can do it. I promise.
Alright, Ishtar. I know exactly what voice I'm going to use for the nice guy. I hope you enjoy it.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble.
Whoa. 1, I'm 15, and you're 17. 2, I'm actually a trans man, so no wife here. Who cares about age? It's just a number. Young girls like you are fresh and ready. Please, it will only be 2 minutes. Telling a 15-year-old boy that you only last 2 minutes isn't a flex. I'm taking screenshots of this and sending it to the teacher and switching partners. You're gross. Please, send first.
No! You're not listening to this! No! Fucking no! I'm not listening to this. I'm not.
That's the good response to it, because the next response is no. Whatever, slut. You're a female. Female. Femoid. Slut. Snow bunny. Kill yourself. Remember when you were 8? He was lucky. That should have been me. Fuck you. Teacher's name will agree with me. He knows the lure of pretty young fat girls like you. Okay. Bye, pedophile. Alpha. I'm worth so much better than you. I'm so nice to everyone, and you sit here and call me a pedo. Fuck you, whore. I deserve younger.
I'm gonna go throw
No.
up now.
Kill it with fire!
Yes. Yes, kill it with fire.
Was that the voice you wanted me to use, Ishtar? Just asking.
I'm on Ishtar's side on this one. I'm usually but that's beside the point.
All right. All right. This is from Am I the Asshole? Why are there faces all over the screen?
Because somebody used the emoji.
Ah, okay. Yes, that was definitely a nice guy and needs to be yeeted into the sun. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my dad I don't owe him a favor and to stop asking like I'd ever help him?
Okay, I don't think we have pedo on the bingo.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Jesus.
Ishtar, did you want me to use a different voice for this one? I can. I'm waiting to see what she says.
I'm looking on the bingo to see if that any of those two stories are on it.
Do you have a schizo post?
No.
I don't know which ones you're crushing on. I only have a few.
Do you have a French voice?
I do not.
How about Canadian?
Canadian is just a normal person who says A after everything. Unless you're talking about someone from like Manitoba, and then that's
according to Ishtar, you have a French voice.
I don't have a French voice. I think she was saying I do too know which voices she crushes on.
Oh.
All right. This is a new one that I've been using for HFTG radio. Let's see if this will work. I, 17 male, don't have a good relationship with my dad anymore. We were close before, but then he moved in with his wife and her kids. My dad focused only on them once we were all moved in together. He was always with them, never with me. He focused too much on them. I tried talking to him, but he was never ready to listen. Until last year, we sat down and talked. He'd been talking about why he was paying more attention to them and why it was important to him and how he wanted us to be close to me and the kids. And then he talked about how he knew from the moment he met them that they were meant to be his kids. And he was meant to be their dad. But he always told me that becoming a dad to me had come with a lot, and he wasn't always sure of me and stuff like that. How it took time. He said it wasn't even natural or instinctual with me at the start, but he was making it clear it was with them. I told him that fucking hurt and made me realize I wanted nothing to do with those kids. He twisted himself into knots over it, and we set up a day for us to have some one-on-one time. Just us. An entire day, like he did with them. Then his stepson ended up in the hospital, so it couldn't happen. Dad apologized 100 times and promised it would happen soon. But then his wife's relative died, and she was going out of state to the funeral. So of course he couldn't leave the kids and take me for a day while she was gone. And then he took a day off work while I had a day off school. And we were just about to go when his stepdaughter's school called for an urgent meeting. Dad's wife was going, but Dad told me he had to be there too. I told him to forget it. I was done. No more chances. He was clearly going to put them first, and I was going to accept it and spend the next 2 years distant with all of them and preparing myself to move out and be independent. Dad tried to convince me to change my mind, but I did not. He tried to spring it on me unplanned, and I had plans. I told him that, and I told him he was useless to me. He waited until my plans were over and picked me up because it was raining. I was going to walk. He insisted he wanted just me and him for a few. But of course his stepdaughter needed to be picked up, and I laughed and told him even a car ride was too much, and it was why I was done. Now, there's this thing his stepdaughter wants to go to. They couldn't get tickets. My best friend's parents are taking their 3 daughters and have a spare ticket. My dad asked me to ask them if his stepdaughter could go. I said no. He told me to do it as a favor to him. I told him no. He begged and told me it would make his stepdaughter happy. I told him I don't want to make her happy. I told him I don't owe him a favor, and he should stop asking like I'd ever want to do something like that for him after everything. I told him a few months I'll be out of his hair, so just forget it. Dad got frustrated and told me I was making things difficult. Am I the asshole?
Definitely controlling family. Dad's the asshole. I'm surprised that didn't have a no contact.
It's kind of implied that they're going to go no contact, so I guess you could use that. Apparently that voice was fine. Ishtar doesn't mind me using that one.
That was a lot. You're not the asshole. Oh, am I the asshole for setting boundaries?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think the person is the asshole but I also don't think they did set boundaries. It was kind of just them saying they're done.
He set the boundary of wanting time alone one day, and then his stepsister came in, and then he just kind of gave up.
Well, so again, I have to take this with a grain of salt because they're making it seem like they're better than the situation, like
Well,
always.
yeah.
Which even if a portion of this is not exaggerated for impact, that's still horrible. Like telling your son that it's been natural to be the father to these two stepkids, but it was never natural with you. That's
owie.
That's absolutely harsh, and you should never say that to your 17-year-old son.
Yeah.
But if it's things, and then the something always coming up and things like that. I think I don't like I said I don't necessarily think it was a boundary set, but for them to not be able to say no. Like I don't know why the father is like that. I don't know if he's got a weak I don't know if he's got a weak personality. I hate to use the term beta male, but this seems like that would be it. Like they didn't say anything about the relationship between him and his former spouse or whatever, where he got the son from. So we don't know if he was, forgive the term, bitch made that way. So there's a lot of like the dad is 100% the asshole. Like this is the first story, the first "Am I the Asshole" story we've read where we have a definitive asshole. Like I don't think the son is being an asshole at all. I think his feelings are 100% genuine. That especially after what his father said to him, that was fucked. You never say something like that to your kid, even if it's true. You kind of keep that one to yourself, and you take that shit to the grave. You don't tell him that. But I think the son is angry right now, which 100% justified.
Oh yeah.
I don't think if he's like I said, it sounds like he's going to go no contact, right? I don't think he should, but I definitely think he should keep his distance for a while. What I mean for a while, I mean years. I mean him graduating with a PhD in college years. Like a PhD takes about 8 to 10. I think he should not talk to his dad for about that long. But I don't think strictly no contact because there is a area of growing up that he needs to do, as well as the father getting older, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he's 17, so he's still hopped up on a lot of hormones. His attitude and his anger are not going to be in flux right now. They're going to be very out of whack. So he may be taking certain things differently than he should. The one thing that I could see he was kind of being asshole-ish about was the ticket, right? The stepdaughter wants, but I understand why he doesn't want to do it. Like the father has basically made the new kids his whole fucking life, and his son, his actual son, is like, well, you are dust bunnies underneath the couch. I don't need your help. So I get again why the kid did it. I don't think he's an asshole. I think he's angry, and I think he's justifiably angry.
I agree.
All right, this is a short one, and I can say right now, just by the headline, They are not the asshole. But it is, am I the asshole for not letting my friends bring alcohol on a trip? Just by that headline? No, you're not an asshole at all.
Why is that even a question?
Well, let's get into some context. My friends and I are going on a trip in a few days. We are all under 21. So
that
we can't
explains it.
so we can't buy alcohol legally, which obviously means we can't be in possession of it either. I like this person already because they have a good head on their shoulders. It's about a 4-hour drive. We're also using my mom's car to drive there, meaning there's a layer of trust with my parents to let me do that, and I don't want to take advantage of that. Did I mention I like this person? I'm worried something's going to happen. Being in an accident or getting pulled over, being the driver, I take all the fall for it, and I can't count on any of my friends to fall on the knife for me. Never mind the disrespect to my parents. The risk versus reward just doesn't seem all that worth it to me. Opinions. You are not the asshole. At all. You gave very good reasons to your friends why you shouldn't have alcohol on the trip, regardless of the fact that you have no supervision. That doesn't matter. You get you're 100% right. If you're the driver, it doesn't matter what your passengers hide in your car. You're the one who's responsible. I've watched enough cop body cam things to understand that the driver may not do drugs, but their passenger hid cocaine in the back seat. That person goes to jail, and the passenger just gets a slap on the wrist. So one that's a big thing. Having respect for the fact that it's your mother's car. That is almost unheard of today. So that's great. And if your friends are honestly pissed off about it, tell them to get their own fucking car.
And that is why I check play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah. So my first wedding. It is well known amongst my family and my friends that my brother is an alcoholic. I have told you the last time I talked to my brother and what happened. He was also drunk off his ass and continued to drink. My brother is an alcoholic. My first wife, her sister, was also an alcoholic. So we decided when we were going to get married, there was going to be no alcohol. It was going to be a dry wedding. The amount of fit that both of them threw was ridiculous. They did end up coming, and do you want to know what their solution was?
Bringing their own?
They brought their own. Oh, and on top of that, my future mother-in-law, my now ex-mother-in-law, helped.
Addiction is a beast. That is for sure. But yeah, I agree with the dry wedding thing. My biological dad, that's how he died, was by the bottle. He lived by the bottle, died by the bottle.
Ooh, this is a good one.
I'm scared.
Just by the title alone. Am I the asshole for not inviting my sister to the wedding?
Well, that connected to the last conversation. Speaking of the last conversation, your wife had a question for you in chat.
Oh, no, she knows I absolutely adore her family. I love her family to death. I lucked out. Not only did I luck out by meeting Ishtar and being able to somehow convince her to fall in love with me and marry me, for that matter, but her family is absolutely amazing. I love every single one of them. Um, I really, I really lucked out. It's a huge family. They're all amazing people, funny, great sense of humor, and believe it or not, if they have a problem with you, they will tell you.
I like those
And
type of people.
yeah, and it does help that one of my brothers-in-law is a cop, so he's very no nonsense when he tells you something that's bothering him. But he's also funny as hell. So
Ooh, look! I wonder what this button does.
it was the voice and the blank. It's 4 stars, so I'm going to let you think of what that meant.
Next.
All right. All right. I will do this. I will do this in another voice. I won't do this all the time, but Ishtar did kind of call me out with doing different voices.
It does make it kind of easier to follow.
Well, there's not a conversation, but this is just a thing. Alright, so my 31 female fiance, 33 male, and I are getting married this summer. We've been planning our wedding for what seems like forever, over a year, and are starting to iron out final details like seating arrangements, which are a pain in the ass. Everything has been going smoothly up until my sister, 29 female, requested she bring a special guest. But first, some context on my sister that I feel is relevant. My fiance is technically one of my sister's exes, but they were broken up way before we even got together, which is good because that would be really weird. And their relationship was not particularly serious. They dated for a little less than a year, and my fiance and I didn't go on our first date until about 5 months after they parted ways. This did lead to some initial awkwardness between my sister and me, and she started to act differently. After taking some time to be single, she decided to travel, started in OnlyFans, and generally became interested in self exploration. That's a nice way of saying she likes exploring herself. Family and I were supportive. With all of this, my parents don't know about the OnlyFans, and my sister seemed to be okay with my fiance and me being together. It's now been about 3 years since then, and while we are not incredibly close, we have a good relationship. Now, the special guest. Part of my sister's self exploration was seeking therapy and ways to improve her mental health. She got very into the idea of getting a pet, especially a non traditional one. After discussing it with her therapist, she decided on a pet goat. You can see where this is going. Sister has become incredibly attached to said goat, taking it on walks, cooking it homemade meals, and generally treating it like her own child. Again, my family and I were all supportive of this as it was a positive influence in her life, and goats are harmless. But my sister wants to bring Buttercup to my wedding. I thought she was joking when she told me she wants to bring Buttercup. Obviously, did not picture a barn animal at my wedding. It will be indoors, and I know my sister will want Buttercup next to her at all times. But it gets more complicated. as my fiance and I initially said absolutely not. And my parents, who were paying for half the wedding, have gotten involved and want us to allow Buttercup to attend. At this point, I'm torn. Part of me wants to say okay to prevent another fallout with my sister that will include my parents. But the thought of a goat being in my wedding photos makes me feel like the wedding will be a joke. Also, this animal is constantly going to the bathroom, and I don't even know what arrangements I could make to keep the venue clean in the event of an accident. It's a converted barn, so it's not like this would be happening in a formal event hall or a church or anything like that. But still, this is supposed to be a big wedding with lots of friends and family from both sides. So at this point, picking a different venue or not taking my parents' money is out the question. I think I can move my parents on the issue if, but what is WIBTA?
I have no idea.
If I put my foot down and say no goats and thus no sister at my wedding. Oh, would I be the asshole?
Oh.
That's what. If I put my foot down and say no goats. Hey, I have. Listen. Really, you have a self. What is it? What's it called? It's a mental health goat.
Emotional support animal.
That's the words I'm looking for. How do you have an emotional support goat?
I mean, any animal can be an emotional support animal. They don't need to be trained to be an emotional support animal. But a service animal can only be a dog or a miniature horse.
I'm sorry, did you say horse?
A miniature horse, yes. And that is by ADA law. Only a dog and a miniature horse can be a service animal. And a service animal has to be well trained and by all rules and whatnot, be potty trained, well behaved, and must be able to perform for a task. There's two questions to ask for a service dog or a service miniature horse, and those questions are: is this animal a service animal, and does it perform a task to help with a disability? Now, any animal could be an emotional support animal. You don't have to have that trained. Now, a therapy animal could be any animal, but has to be trained well enough to go potty in specific designated areas and has a job at a hospital or a therapist or a school. But yeah.
I'm trying to figure out which, if any, squares we tick off on that box.
I'm going with attention hungry sibling / best friend.
Well, she does have an OnlyFans.
I mean, you get that, but also the goat will definitely draw attention to her, not the bride.
I have a quick one for you. Am I the asshole for telling my girl to wear deodorant?
Damn.
Post was deleted by the author. My guess is there any comments? So, not the asshole. It's not unreasonable at all to question why someone isn't practicing basic hygiene, especially when it's gotten to the point that the smell is so bad it bothers you. I wouldn't have the patience of three to 4 years to deal with this. They dealt with it for 3 to 4 years. We're just getting it. We're just getting the. This is the context from the comments. Not the asshole. I'm confused though. Feel the deodorant. What kind does she use, and how is she putting it on in a way that she feels it? I do get being alone with the baby and neglecting to put it on, so I guess she's not really the asshole either.
Find one
So
that's calling
apparently-
out at a family event, and then we'll have bingo.
Can I find one? Let's see. Well, that one's rude. Am I the asshole for making my bridesmaid wear a dress that makes her look fat? Yes, you're the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my brother his public displays of affection disturbs me? Yes.
What the fuck?
Alright, we'll give this one a read. It's not that long. Am I the asshole for telling my brother his public displays of affection disturb me? This is a throwaway account for obvious reasons. I, 18 female, have a younger brother, 13 male. Whew. All right, not the asshole.
13.
13, who is
So the
very
same age as my son.
who is very affectionate. Very is in all caps. He loves to hug and snuggle on all members of our family, me, dad, and mom. However, see, when they were talking about public displays of affection, I thought her brother was like making out with his girlfriend. I don't think that's the problem with this one. I, however, hate being touched. This has been an issue in our family for a while, as my family says I hate being loved and will often get mad at me due to it. And when I try to set boundaries, here you go, boundaries, with my sibling, he will pout. Then my parents will be on his side and try to guilt me. After a few years, they have come to terms that I am not budging, and this is who I am. I obviously thought my brother would grow out of it, but he hasn't yet. Now, when we are in public, he will hold my mom's hand, tickle her, and give her many, many kisses on the cheek. This is in front of checkout stands, in restaurants, walking anywhere. It does not matter. There is no shame. I can tell that it makes people uncomfortable, and it makes me uncomfortable. My mom gives me a dirty look and makes comments like, just because you hate being loved on doesn't mean we all need to suffer. Rude. And that's just your opinion. And tells me that I don't like this family. I like this person. She's set boundaries. The family is like, fuck your boundaries. And tells me that I'm in the wrong for being uncomfortable or suggesting other people are as well. Maybe this is just how little boys are, but am I the asshole for saying something? There is an edit. Edit. I think there is confusion. I don't care that they are affectionate. He practically sits on top of her when they are at home. I have just suggested that he may be too old to be practically licking my mom in public, which my dad too agrees with. Also, to be a little more specific, he does things like aggressively tickles, kisses her neck, and grabs her head to kiss her in many places. He's 5'7", he's 5'7" at 13.
Yeah.
Jesus, he's going to be a tall boy. Hugs her and shakes like they love surge, like the love surge on TikTok. I don't want to get armchair psychologist about this, but him being that aggressively affectionate to his mother, being physically touching, kissing, especially on her neck, grabbing her head, there are signs of abuse.
Yes and no. I'm not going to say that is a sign of abuse. I'm going to say that there's a possibly signs of autism on both sides, the sister and the brother. Both have different types of lung language. One's just more touchy. The other one's leave me the fuck alone. Definitely signs of autism for sure. I'm not diagnosing them for autism. I'm just saying they might want to get checked out. But I'm definitely going to call this a validation post. Not the asshole at all. Definitely therapy is needed.
Yes. And it's not the poster that needs therapy.
No, it's the family.
Ishtar says mental health issues and emotional incest.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I said. I'm pretty sure autism is in there because one of the symptoms to autism is not being able to accelerate in the Erickson's stages of developments and the stages of developments in growth. If he is stuck in probably, I want to say, 6 to 7 year old mental range, which also would be the 6 to 7 year old mental range in Erickson's stages of development. Which, if he has autism, again, not diagnosing, would explain the reason he is still acting like he is 5 or 6 years old when giving mommy loves and sitting in mommy's lap and all of that. There's a lot going on there. Therapy, they need a therapist.
So I cannot find one for calling out at a family event.
Another non-bingo week.
We will get it eventually.
Yeah, we're probably going to end up being too excited and have to double check and make sure we actually got a bingo when we finally do. Because we're not going to believe it. We're so close again.
But I do think we should end on emotional incest.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one.
Because that was a bit much. Because if we don't end there, I found a nice guy post that has multiple people talking that I can do different voices for. But it's a very, very long, like, how many images is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 images. Oh, it's only 2 people. Just different colors. Why is it different colors?
Probably because they're using either an Apple phone or a Samsung phone, and sometimes if it's not on service for whatever reason and has to go through SMS, it turns into a different color.
Wait a second, Psycho, how did I block your bingo earlier? I blocked no bingos. Don't know what you're talking about. I encourage the bingos.
Oh, that didn't go on long enough. Damn.
What didn't go on long enough?
You lecturing. That wasn't long enough to be considered a lecture.
I'm just trying to figure out how I blocked a bingo. That's all. There has not been anything for me to lecture about this week.
HR needs help.
HR does need help. But apparently the finance department is just as bad.
I am scared to see if whoever sent that is going to cause us to now see the financial department side of this.
Oh, he says that I caught you and Isha in the chat. Well, that would mean that not my circus, not my monkeys. You clicked not my circus, not my monkeys.
Chat also has their own bingo cards.
Oh, I did not know that. Is it like just a mix of the ones that you have on there?
Theirs can be just as random. Somebody could
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, if you want your own, you can get it in the Discord.
I don't play bingo unless it's for money. And then I usually have to knock over the woman with the walker to get up to the front to call bingo first.
Ishtar, Antwon's abusing the elderly.
Hey, If anything, they throw elbows. Don't even start with that. Have you ever been to an old person casino? They are rude as fuck. I do. I take the winnings and then I take her out to dinner and we do some fun things afterwards. But I think we should call it a night and see if save some things for next time.
Okie dokie pokey.
Maybe next time we won't have technical difficulties right away again. That would be nice.
One day, stupid Mike, and I take it out back into the alley to fight it. They didn't want to do work. Maybe it was getting a conversation with HR. I wouldn't want to do work either.
Real quick before we do go, I am going to try, like I said, to actually put out a video soon. I promise. But I am going to try and get someone else to talk on stream, if not be able to do my wannabe Love Line stream on Wednesday. So there's another idiot. Let's just call him, be nice and call him an idiot. What was his name? His name is something stupid. Men Are Right or something like that. Here we go. Men Talk Truth. Oh, well, I guess I won't be talking truth with him because he blocked me because I humiliated him.
Oh.
Well, darn. Oh, well. I was going to offer him to come on. It could have been fun. He speaks the truth, after all. He may also believe that it's okay to beat women because he's stronger than them, but... Anyway, I'm going to try and see if I can get someone else on besides Matriarchy because...
It's the wrong way! No, you can't go that way!
It's the only thing I could think of after the block.
I'm going to try and talk to someone other than Matriarchy because Fight the Matriarchy is... he's special. And not in the good way. So, but I will let people know if I'm just doing like it. So if anyone who's in the chat who has questions or anything like that, tag me in the Discord with relationship questions or just general life questions. You can even throw, Reddit romance, questions shit at me so I can have something to talk about. I'm going to actually try and do this, not every week, but maybe every other week.
So Antwon wants to be our period.
No, that's once a month.
Yeah, and with technology issues.
Still listen, I have not had technology issues doing it on my own. It only seems to be when I join your stream. I think you are sabotaging me.
I am a vampire, not a technology cyber demon.
Oh yeah!
I don't know how to take that, chat.
But
vampire, you're the cyber demon, not me.
Are you saying you don't know how to use technology being a vampire? We'll take your silence as agreement that we both know you're sabotaging me.
I can't stab a cyber demon.
Have a good night, everyone.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. I'm never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
No, no, no! You're not listening to this! No!
Never gonna tell a lie and
Fucking
hurt
no!
you.
I'm not bloody... I'm not listening to this. I'm not.